My daughter had been asking for roller skates since March. Her friend had roller skates and joined an after school club. And after months of being stuck indoors during the COVID pandemic, I decided I would get her skates and a pair for me as well. Weirdly, when I looked on Amazon, I couldn't find any roller skates. So I looked to buy directly from skate manufacturers. Sold out, every pair. It turns out I didn't have an original idea. I was part of a pandemic trend fueled by viral Instagram and TikTok videos. A roller skating craze in 2020? Probably when most people think of roller skates, they think of the 1970s or 80s and disco music. But actually, wheeled shoes date back to 1760. And roller skates, as we think of them today, with the two wheels in front and two in the back, were invented in the 1800s and have a long, interesting history, closely linked to social change. My name is Meg Griswold, and today I'm going to tell you a little about the nearly 300-year history of roller skates, all the cool things people do on them, and how the pandemic has inspired a roller skating renaissance. Come roll with me. The first roller skates were invented in 1760 by Joseph Merlin, but the four wheels were in one straight line like modern rollerblades. However, these first skates were simple and didn't allow the wearer to turn. As a result, there were a lot of crashes. The roller skates that I was looking for, with two wheels in front and two wheels in back, are called quad skates, and they were invented in 1863 by New York inventor James L. Plimpton. The quad design was key because it allowed the wearer to turn, quote, as if they were on ice, according to James Turner, author of The History of Roller Skating. Imagine trying to drive a car with no steering wheel. Turning would be very challenging, and there'd be a lot of crashes. The quad skate can turn because of the parts of the skate under the boot. So screwed to the bottom of the boot is the plate. Mine's green. And attached to the plate are the wheels and the trucks, which hold the wheels. If you are a skateboarder, your trucks are very similar. Roller skate trucks have a pivot arm and cushion right here that allow roller skaters to lean and glide in an arc. The last part of the roller skate is the toe stop, a circular rubber disc that attaches to the plate and allows the wearer to slow down and stop. From the beginning, roller skating has appealed to large parts of the population, regardless of social class or race. In the 1909 article, London Society is Seized with Roller Skating Mania, the author remarked, "It is interesting to see how democratic English people can be when they are victims of a fad. At these rinks, grand ladies and shop girls are all on the same level, both socially and physically as they glide around. You can't tell them apart." The author is clearly shocked by the mixing of grand ladies and shop girls. But this is exactly what makes skating so special. It breaks down barriers and unites. But not everyone was okay with skaters uniting. Due to racial segregation and racism in the United States during the 20th century, many roller skating rinks refused to let people of different races skate together. According to the New York Times, quote, "In the 60s and 70s, if black skaters came during a white night, some rinks would hire thugs to trip them on the wood, or rink owners would claim they didn't have skates to rent in those patrons' sizes. Because of this racist treatment, Black roller skaters opened their own rinks, and Black skating culture grew on its own and is still going strong. According to the New York Times, different regions of the United States have their own Black skating styles. For example, Chicago's JB style, in which skaters sync their steps to the funky songs of James Brown. Ohio's Stride, with its wide loping skating patterns, and Philadelphia's Fast Backwards, in which participants form trains that snake sleekly backward. But there is more to skating than just roller rinks. In roll-a-thons, skaters race long distances. This still happens each year in New York with the Big Apple Roll and the New York City Skate Marathon. Another popular skating sport is roller derby. According to World Book, the first roller derby exhibition was in Chicago in 1935. After many years of evolution, roller derby today is a full contact sport played between two teams of 5 women each. According to the Women's Flat Track Derby Association, the game of flat track roller derby is played on a flat, oval track. Play is broken up into two 30-minute periods, and within those periods, into units of play called jams, which last up to 2 minutes. Teams are made up of 4 blockers and 1 jammer, and the goal of the jammer is to lap players on the opposing team. The blockers use their bodies to stop the jammers. And if that sounds rough, it is. Derby players give themselves names to honor their strength and grit, like Unholy Roller, Lord of the Rink, or Dollface Smasher. In 2020, the global coronavirus pandemic kicked off a whole new wave of roller skating. According to Taylor Lawrence, writing for the New York Times, 2020 was the summer of roller skating. Marawa Ibrahim works at a roller skate company, and she said, as soon as lockdown started, sales started going up of everything. However, it wasn't just the pandemic alone that inspired all the purchases. A TikTok user named Anna Koto posted a skating video on April 28th, 2020, set to this Jennifer Lopez song, Jenny from the Block, and it went viral. It has amassed 2.2 million views as of today. As for me, I finally found this used pair on eBay. I love them. I'm not the most graceful skater, but when I'm out there with pads on every part of my body, I really do laugh and forget about quarantine. And I'm outside safely and I'm getting exercise. Two things I really need after a week of online teaching. In summary, roller skates have a longer history than most realize, with different designs dating back to the 17 and 1800s. Interestingly, skating has played a role in social equality and inequality. Also, skating is more than just going in circles in a roller rink. There's roller derby, rollathons, dance skating, and more. And finally, roller skating has played a role in other big social changes, such as the coronavirus pandemic. My hope is that you have been inspired to try roller skating. Maybe you skated as a kid, maybe you've never done it. But either way, I promise you that you will feel healthier and happier after doing it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you rolling outside.